Ethan and Olivia had been inseparable since college. Best friends who shared everything from late-night ramen cravings to heartbreaks and job struggles. They knew each other inside out. People often mistook them for a couple, but they always laughed it off. Just friends, they'd insist every time. And they believed it. At least, Ethan did, until she came along. Madeline, Olivia's girlfriend. She was stunning, confident, and charismatic. The moment Olivia introduced her to Ethan, something shifted. He didn't want to admit it at first. How his heart thudded when Madeline laughed. How he looked forward to their group hangouts a little too much. He reminded himself over and over, she's off limits. She's Olivia's. But feelings don't play fair. It started small. Long conversations after Olivia had gone to bed. Harmless texts. Shared jokes that Olivia wasn't part of. Then came the night Madeline showed up at Ethan's apartment alone, claiming Olivia had stormed out after an argument. She looked upset, but underneath, Ethan sensed something else, a silent question hanging in the air. He should have sent her home. Instead, they drank, talked, got too close. One moment they were reminiscing about childhood pets, and the next, their lips were touching. The guilt was immediate and crushing. He wanted to call Olivia, confess everything, beg for forgiveness. But Madeline convinced him to wait. She'd never understand, she whispered, trailing her fingers down his arm. Let's just keep this between us. Weeks passed. Every smile he offered Olivia felt like a lie. Every group outing felt like a performance. But he couldn't stop. The affair continued, hidden behind stolen glances and flimsy excuses. Olivia was oblivious, still trusting, still laughing with the two people who knew the truth and kept it from her. Then came the trip. The three of them rented a cabin by the lake, just like old times. Ethan felt like he was suffocating. He couldn't keep pretending. But before he could come clean, Olivia found Madeline's phone unattended. A message preview popped up. From Ethan. Her world shattered in seconds. The confrontation wasn't loud. It was heartbreakingly quiet. Olivia looked at them both, her best friend and her girlfriend, with tears in her eyes and disbelief twisting her face. You too, she said, voice trembling, were the only people I trusted completely. Neither of them had an answer. Olivia walked out of the cabin and didn't look back. Ethan never heard from her again. And no matter what Madeline said after that, nothing felt right. Because some betrayals don't just end relationships. They end the kind of love that only best friends can. The silence Olivia left behind was deafening. Ethan sat on the edge of the bed in the cabin that night, staring at the door she had closed behind her. Madeline tried to speak, offered empty reassurances, clumsy apologies. But Ethan barely heard her. The weight of what they'd done finally landed with full force. He hadn't just lost Olivia's trust. He'd destroyed the most meaningful relationship in his life. After the trip, Madeline tried to go back to normal, pretending they could still make it work. But nothing between them felt real anymore. Every time she reached for Ethan, he pulled away. Every time she laughed, it sounded hollow. He couldn't touch her without remembering how Olivia had looked, how her eyes filled with pain, her shoulders sinking under the betrayal of two people she loved. Madeline didn't take long to leave after that. She said she was tired of feeling like a mistake. But the truth was, she was never the one he loved. Not really. She had been a spark, a temptation in a weak moment. Olivia, on the other hand, she had been the constant, the foundation, the one person who truly knew him, and he had thrown her away. He tried to reach out, of course. Messages, emails, even showed up outside her apartment once. But Olivia never answered, never responded. Her silence said everything. Years passed. Ethan built a new life, new friends, a new city, a steady job. From the outside, he seemed fine, but he never let anyone in the way he had with her. No one else ever felt like home. Every time he passed a bookstore, he thought of the way she used to read in coffee shops, legs curled under her, glasses slipping down her nose. Every time he heard a certain laugh in a crowd, he turned instinctively, hoping it might be her. He knew he didn't deserve forgiveness. Still, part of him hoped that one day she'd be willing to hear him out, not to rebuild what they had. He had no right to ask for that, but just to tell her how sorry he was. That she hadn't imagined their friendship, that it had been real for him too. Sacred, even, until he broke it. One rainy afternoon, years later, he walked past an art gallery downtown. A familiar signature on a painting in the window made his breath catch. Oh, Matthews! He stepped inside slowly, heart racing. The gallery